Hey everyone, it's JC. I'm in my car today because I am running around doing errands and trying to get stuff done. And I'm telling you, there is a thought I can't get out of my head. In fact, it's been in my head for a couple of days. So I'm pulling over. This is the time I have today. So this is what we're doing. I'm coaching a client right now that said something so profound. And in fact, I asked her permission. I said, please, can I share that? And so I've been thinking about it and how profound it was. So I thought I had to share it with you guys and let you chew on it the way I have been, because I think it outlines a key step in the healing process as we begin to transform our lives where we're not so attached to food and we become more attached to the Lord, the one that truly can fill. And I have a lot of videos on that. But she and I were talking about that. And she said to me, she talked a little bit about her childhood and how the food thing started early. And she said, you know what, JC? She said, I learned food before I learned God. In the space of comfort. Now, I learned food before I learned God. We were talking about how she was raised kind of in the church like I was, like raised with that knowledge that he can comfort and that he is there and had experienced that. So some of us, we've learned God from a very young age, but when did we learn food that it felt good when you felt bad? When did we learn to turn to it? When did we kind of adopt that as our comfort? And so then we bring God into the picture and we fit him into the other spaces, right? He fits in, the Lord fits in many spaces, and we turn to him and we turn to the scriptures and we pray, but food has its little niche in our lives. And maybe for many of us, it has for decades, since we were kids, since we were teenagers. I don't know, since that horrible thing happened or that trauma, and we learned that food comforted. We learned food at a young age. And so when we learned God, he fit in his own space, but food had its space. And so she and I were talking about how we knew the Lord, but we never knew him in the space where food has always sat, because food worked so good. We didn't need him in that place. And so when we begin to move that out, it's like, how does he fit in that spot that's always been filled a different way? And he's not, I got to change hands. I'm holding my phone. My hand's going numb. How does this work? So here's what I think the key word is in that phrase. Learn. I learned food before I learned God. This is a new type of learning of what the Lord can do for emotional support. It's a learning process. This is going to sound dumb, but here's the example I was thinking of all day today. My daughter's dating a new guy and we love him. He's so cool, but they are both very, very strong-minded people. And she just told me, she is a type A, get out of my way, I know what I'm doing, strong girl. Now dating someone like that. And she said, Mom, I always wanted to date someone like that. I wanted a strong guy, but the fit has been messy. They've had some work to learn each other. And she'll come home sometimes nope, this isn't working. And then by the next day, they're at it again, trying to learn each other. And it's adorable, figuring out what their dance is and how they meet in this relationship of love. Now, the Lord may have been in a relationship with you for years, but if he hasn't been in this space, if you've never really let him step into the space where food was, that was your treasure, that was your best friend to comfort you in certain moments. The Lord had his morning time with you when you were studying, or Sunday worship time. Definitely you had times with him, but food had its own hold in different moments. So as you begin to bring him into those moments instead of the food, and that's a journey, and I'll post several of my videos below that kind of hit on this exact idea. It's a learning curve. You're learning this the way that my daughter's learning it in a new relationship. It's a new aspect to your walk with the Lord that may be completely foreign to you. And he does not give you a taste on the tongue and a hit to the brain and the rush and the comfort and the nostalgia that the sugar has always had or the food has always had. So as you first begin to put him in that space, it's going to feel foreign. It's going to feel weird. It's going to feel like he can't fill me the way food does. It's going to be a learning process. So just give yourself some room to learn him in this space. especially if like me and like my client, like we were talking about, it goes back decades. So when you were a kid, this is something that you have been leaning on since you were young. It was raised maybe in the family that you grew up in. This is learning a whole new paradigm. So give yourself time. Give yourself grace. The Lord understands that. He understands that. He's not shaking his finger at you saying, why do you do that? We were children, a lot of us, when this started, and we didn't even know any better. We were just trying to survive. We were just trying to function. We were trying to find comfort with whatever was happening in our world. And that was what was introduced to us. It's okay. Give yourself grace and time to learn a new way. I hope that was helpful. I'm going to go finish running my errands. Have a great day, everyone.